My crafty friends, how's everyone doing today? Welcome to my channel. I'm Sheree and I'm here to work on this Barbie journal today. So I'm so kind of pretty excited. Not kind of, I am excited I've never made a Barbie journal before. Of course, I've made little golden book journals before and I've made them with the elastics before. So anyway, I showed you in a recent video, maybe yesterday, on how to put the elastics in. That was by subscriber request. And so today I'm going to start on the pages, and I have some pockets picked out for the inside covers too. So here I already have the pages from the journal, from the book here, put onto the elastics so you can kind of see, how they go. I cut them down to fit and try not to cut off too many words, but I might have cut off a word or two or a letter or two. But yeah, these pictures in here are so pretty. This is not a vintage book. This is a 2014 book, and you'll see the copyright right here. But it's right there. But anyway, yeah, these, sometimes if there's a little golden book and I don't like all the pages, I won't put in all the pages, but that's rare. Usually I put in all the pages. So this one has all of its pages, and Barbie is so pretty in here. And everything is so pretty in this particular Barbie book. And I like the images. There's a couple of Barbie books I like. When I see them in the store, I don't, like at the thrift store or whatever, I don't get them because they're like realistic pictures of Barbie. I like these little pictures like this, in Barbie books or, things like that. So they're just really pretty, illustrated books. So anyway, the pockets I picked out, I have right here. I have some papers picked out, and I will show you. We're going to cut them down and stuff, but this pocket I already had made. So like usually when I make a journal, I have done a lot of thrifting, and I have a lot of things here in my craft room, and I love scrapbook paper, and I love vintage papers and all types of papers. So, I just kind of go through my stash and what I have, maybe some things I've made, like this pocket here was staring at me, and I said, oh, that is perfect for this journal. So I'm putting it in here. But yeah, I normally, and I think I've only done it once, where I've bought something especially for a journal. I just use what I have. So I have not collected a lot of Barbie stuff. In fact, I have nothing else, no other Barbie stuff except for this journal. This book, this Barbie book. The other Barbie books I sold in my shop online. And I recently, or will be showing you. I have them right here. Let me grab them real quick. I just found these at a thrift store. These little tags that have shoes on them. So I will be incorporating these in some way into this journal. Of course, not all of them. There's a lot in there, but anyway, that just reminds me of Barbie's shoes. So when I saw those, I was like, those are so cute. I don't know if those are commercially made or somebody made those or what, but they're adorable. So I went ahead and brought them home from the thrift store. So anyway, here's our first pocket. There's a lot of pink in here, so you'll probably see a lot of pink in this journal, but it also has a lot of other colors, greens and blues. There's even some oranges in here, yellows, and so yeah, this is going to be a colorful journal. And so for the back, I have this scrapbook paper. I wanted to put an envelope in here, so I found this envelope in my stash, and I thought it would be pretty back here. So, and then we'll put something in here. I'm trying to think if I want to put it down lower. I could put it down lower and then have the flap open, and have tall ephemera coming out, so I don't have to worry about. I think that would be cool, and something maybe a little different than having something in there and closing the flap. We'll have the flap open. And then if somebody got this and say they wanted to close the flap, they could, or they could even glue the flap down and leave it permanently open. But I would leave it like this, just not glued down and just open, and then I'll be able to use this as the back pocket. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. I just kind of thought of that just now because I kind of liked how it looked with the flap open, and I didn't want the flap to go up. If I put it in the middle, the flap might go a little bit over the top there. And so if I lower it, I can leave the flap open, and I don't have to worry about the flap getting tattered, sticking up over the top. Okay, so, and when all is said and done, I might glue this flap down. We'll see. For right now, I'm going to put it down low enough so that it does not stick up over the top, at least. And then I might glue it down. Just, I don't want it to get torn off. I'm just thinking that now. I'm kind of thinking these things through as I do them. And I don't want this flap to get torn off like in any way as I'm working on it, or when somebody gets it and they want to leave it open, it's going to be like, well, it could catch on something, is what I'm thinking. So I might glue it down right now. I'm just kind of, you know, the things that go through your head as you're doing something, like sometimes you just work it out as you go. All right, so I think that's all glued down. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I'm a little worried now about it getting torn off, so I think I'm going to go ahead and glue this down. I think it's pretty open like that. And it's a little different, right? I think it's a little different. I don't know if it is or not, but to me, I've never done it before, so it's different for me. I guess I should say it that way. I've never done this particular, like, leave an envelope open with the flap before. So, and I can't say that I've seen, like, I saw so-and-so do this, but I'm sure somebody has done it. I'm sure everything's been done, you know what I mean? Everything's been done. If you think it hasn't been done, just watch craft videos from 15 years ago, and it was done 15 years ago. You just didn't see it because it was done so long ago. That's how I've seen things happen. Like, oh my goodness, this old video popped up, and look at that thing I thought was new was done 15 years ago. It's pretty funny. All right, so that's safe now. I don't have to worry about that getting caught on anything and ripped off. I feel better. And it's pretty. Look at that. It's gorgeous on that back cover. Okay. So, there we go. Let me show you. I already have a couple scraps here, but I'm not going to show you my scraps. I'm going to show you my paper that I picked out. This I originally picked out for pockets, but I left it out because I didn't use it. I found those other pockets, so I used those. This is one-sided scrap of paper. And let me grab, I guess I can go ahead and start cutting. But I usually end up with too many papers out here. But and I might not have all of the right papers out here, but I have a lot of pretty papers out here. So we'll see. And that's what I want, pretty papers. But I also want papers that can have options and variety to them, like papers you can glue on if you want to put in a picture or something, or mementos, and also papers that let's see if I just fold this in. Usually if I just fold these in half, it's the right size. But yeah, papers you can write on, papers you can glue on, you know, just an assortment of different papers. Oh yeah, this is going to be about the right size. For the little golden book, if you have 12 by 12 paper, usually if you just fold them in half, they're pretty much the right size. You might have to trim a little bit. But that's very pretty paper. Right there, this one particular piece, I think I'm pretty sure I got it at a thrift store. And usually when it has white on the other side, I like to make a pocket, flip this part up as a pocket. So I'm just trying to see if I may need a little sliver off the side here. So let's go ahead and cut that. And I'll show you the paper, we'll cut them down, and we'll just see how much we can get done today, I guess. I think that's a good plan. Okay. Alright, that was just a sliver off the side. And now we probably don't have any extra there. And I don't want it any bigger than this as far as the length either, because it has to fit in between those elastics. So let me fold, make a little fold here, and we'll fold up our pocket. This has a little branding on the back of it too, so that'll be good. It'll be, well, I'm going to end up cutting it off because this pocket will be too big. This pocket will be too big. But we'll cut it in just a second here. All right, before I fold all the way across, I just dropped my template. Just a second. I just scooted it right off the desk. So, is it good? I think up a little bit more. It almost looks, it makes it look like it's too short, but it really isn't. Because you really do want it in between those elastics. You don't want it rubbing against the elastics. And this is papery, scrapbook paper. Maybe next we'll look at the scrapbook, the signature covers I like to make out of cardstock. So I'll find a piece of cardstock for the beginning of the first signature and the second signature next. Let's just go ahead and finish this one since this was on top. Yeah, so I just, I guess most of my journals are really eclectic because I just use what I have. And, I think that's fun to challenge yourself to do that. See what you can come up with what you have. And then it's always like, I think it's very enjoyable and fun because it's so exciting to see how things came together. Like you just bought random things here and there and you put them together and it makes a beautiful journal, and there you go. It's really cool to watch it come together. All right. I love my new scissors, I'm just saying. New sharp scissors are good once in a while when you've had your scissors for years. Don't hesitate to get new scissors, I guess is what I'm saying. If you need new scissors, you can get an inexpensive pair. You don't have to get Fiskars. You can get generic good scissors. I got mine on Temu. You can get them at Amazon or Walmart or whatever, or Dollar Tree. I'm going to get a Dollar Tree pair too. I told you that already, I know, but that glue came out way too much, so I'm going to scoot some of that off of there. And maybe put a little bit over here. Try to get it on the edge. And try not to glue on all my papers here, so let me move those over. So see, now this side's not white, it's a pocket. You have some pretty color over here too. It's not white. If you have one-sided paper, that's what I like to do. Put some kind of tuck spot or pocket or something on it like that so that you don't have just the white paper. You can stencil on it. You can put the stickers on it, whatever. But there's usually, you can put a trim on the side, just something so it's not quite so white. Okay, there's one page. Now let me just flip through here and I'll show you, but I'm going to be looking for I want to go ahead and do the first of the signatures. It's going to be 2 signatures. So this is a piece of, I found these like acetate pieces in some scrapbook paper I got at the thrift store, and I used them in the last 1 or 2 journals. And so I found another piece here. It's a light pink piece, so I'm going to be using this in here. And then I found this calendar page that has some beautiful colors on it, so I thought I could cut this down and use it as a page. I think it's just really gorgeous. This side has the calendar on it, so I'll be using that. And I don't think I want that as a starting page. I would have to do it this way, and it would look like that, which is pretty, but I'm not sure. Since I'm not sure, we're not going to dwell on it. That's a piece of computer stationery. This is cardstock, so this could be our beginning page. And this was a piece, I think it looks like it's smaller than 12 by 12. I don't know if I used it or somebody else did, but this is with my flea market scrapbook paper. And it's a pretty, I usually like my starting page though to be double-sided, and this is not, but it could be. It still could be. I could still use it and make a pocket on the bottom. So we're gonna keep this to the side for a potential first signature, or I'm gonna call it signature cover. This is just a scrap I found in with my papers, and this is from the flea market paper. Thrift store scrapbook paper. This is computer stationery that I dyed pink on the back. I spritzed it with some spray there. So, really pretty. I wonder, this might have been white in here. And look how I spritzed it and it brought out this flower shape. You see that flower shape there now? I don't know if it was pink there too though. It might have been. Okay, so here's another, oh. Okay, this is a paper pad that I believe I got at the thrift store too. It's cardstock and it's one-sided, but I saw this pretty, look at that. Isn't that pretty? Striped, I'm going to put it this way. But there's some pretty colors in here that I thought would be great. So when I put, and these are cardstock, so I don't really like to use cardstock on the inside. I like to use paper, but these could also be the beginnings of the signatures. And so I'm going to put this over here with the potential beginnings, and then we're going to pick one out. And then this is actually a Bow Bunny, kind of an Eastery paper pad that I got. I think somebody sent me this. Maria might have sent me this in Happy Mail. I think she might have. So anyway, but there's some pretty, doesn't have to be Eastery. Like, what does it say? This is gardeny here. Just say hop on it. Does it say hop? Joy, growth. But it could be Eastery, but it could be just gardeny type of thing. It does say bunnies on it. But let's see this right here. This is just all the colors that are going to be in this journal, and it's just a striped piece of scrapbook paper. A pretty floral one. Some cut aparts that could possibly be used in here. Little flowers. There's a library card, so I could use a bunny in here. I probably won't use a bunny in here though, because it's not really that type of journal, but I could use some of these cut aparts that don't say Easter on them. Here's another floral one with stripes. I kind of was looking for a floral one, like with bright colors, like something like that, but more floral. So let's just see real quick if there's a total floral one. These have bunnies on them. And so, oh, I think this was the one I was looking at. See, that's total floral. That's over the top floral. I know, but it's pretty, and it'll be pretty in the beginning of this journal. Beginning of the Barbie, I'm sure, Barbie loves flowers. So, let's see. There's some pretty floral tags if we want some floral journal cards and tags and things. That's a pretty green piece of scrapbook paper. That's all Easter. And so there you go. That has Easter eggs on it. So I really like this green here. Isn't that pretty? Let me look at the front of the book again and see what kind of green we have. I mean, this could go, but I'm going to say this could go, but it's a little dark. There's a turquoisey green color on the front cover, like this right here. But it's more green, and this is a darker, kind of dark turquoise. I'm going to say no on that one. So, okay, let's pick our signature covers out of what we put aside over there. And go from there. I don't want this video to be too long, so we'll probably just do the signature covers, and then I'll go from there. Let me see how I like this one with the cover. No, I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure about this. I think it might be a little bit too over the top floral. So I'm going to say no on this one, even though I took it out for that purpose. I have all these too. So let's see. Looking at the cover, and you open up, you see the pink. And so the first thing that goes with this What do we want it to be? We want it to be, I don't know yet. Let's see. Let's stick through these papers. I might not even have the right paper out here. We'll see. It could be that calendar page. Okay, I want something a little brighter than this blue. I love it, but I want something brighter than that for the first. It's something that goes with that whole color scheme I've got going on here. And, oh, let's see, what about this? Here's a pink page here. Pink stripes. Okay, that's the end of it. So let's see if I like this. Because I've got some other pages, actually. I should get them out. I might have to pause. But this goes. But I've got some that match this color exactly. You know, I think I'm going to grab those. Those might be the best signature covers. Okay, let me grab those. I'll be right back. Okay. Sorry to be so indecisive, but these things got to be right? So here they are. So this page, you can see, has, it's like these colors. It's lighter in the back with little polka dots, if you can see those little polka dots on them. So this is a variation of those colors in these papers here. These papers, I think I got all of these at a thrift store. They're not from a paper pad, they're just loose. So this one could go. This is, you see the darker with the lighter, and there's big polka dots on this one. Or this one is like a checkerboard. The same colors, but checkerboard design. So we're going to decide which one we like best for the first signature. This one is this design. I like that, but I don't think I want that. I think so far I like these two. Actually, I think I like the polka dot one best so far. But I have one more. Either of these two could be good for the second signature, though. And then we have this one with the ABCs on it, which I think is quite interesting. Let's fold it in half. Open up and I would see that. Or I would open up and see this. I think it's got to be this. I like and it makes it interesting that you have the little polka dots here and the big polka dots there. Okay, I think it's going to be this for the first signature. Let's go ahead and fold this in half. And this is, like I said, cardstock. I like cardstock to protect the papery papers inside the signature. So I like cardstock on the outside. So this is going to be the first signature and the second signature. So it'll be, say we turn over, we get to the end of the book, we're going to see this. So let's see, what do we want with that? I said probably one of these two. I still don't think I want this one in there. I still think I want one of these two. You know what? I think I like this one because this one is, see how this is the light and dark, and it's just like, it's too similar. This one's more different, but the same colors. I hope that makes sense. So I guess that's the way my brain works. I don't know. But yep, I think this is the second signature cover. So let me see if I can fold this correctly. Okay, let me not rush on that. For the second signature, let's work on this one. Okay, so where's my template? Right here. And we will, let's see, the fold is here. See, I still need to cut a little sliver off just like I did the other paper. So let's put this to the side. And, oh, I've got a nice scrap there. Let's put that with my nice scraps over there. Okay, so what I'll probably do is finish up here, cutting these. Let me take that off. It's a little, why is this so hard to get in here? Okay, and just cut a little sliver off. Let me get this up here. Okay, let me make sure it looks good. As far as the width, yep, that looks good. And now this is pretty, this is really thick cardstock, so if something happens where it cracks when I fold it, I would just cut it off and then glue or sew it back on. Let's see how it does. It just feels like so thick, like one of those papers that might crack. We'll see. None of my papers crack. I don't know what papers crack. I know they do, and I've seen it on video, and I have had it happen, but not anytime recently, and I don't remember what paper it was. Like, it's paper that I don't have anymore, type of thing. Like, it was many years ago. Okay, this did not crack. Yeah, I don't know what paper cracks or whatever, but this did not, which is good. I don't know what the brand is. It doesn't have a branding strip on here, so, but really pretty, isn't it? Okay, so yeah, I don't like my pockets that deep. And I don't measure them. They have to be 2.5 or 2 3/8 or anything like that. I don't do that. I kind of eyeball it, of course, and then just cut and go with it. Whatever looks good at the moment. Oops, put that over there. And there we go. Okay, and that looks beautiful. Okay, so we'll go ahead and see what this looks like and how it fits. See if it's too big at the top. Oh, it's a little bit too long. Let's cut a sliver off the top. A little bit too long. Alright, does that look good? Yeah. So we have our first page that we're using as a template right here. So that's not going to be in there right now, but I just want to show you. And I have to sew or glue these pages. I might sew them. I might sew these. But right now I'm going to just put it in so you can see what it looks like. Starting to look like and how it works. Slide them in. See? See how we have a little leeway on the elastic. It's not right up to, it's not rubbing when we turn it. That's why when I showed you the elastic and how to do the elastic and said you have to cut the pages a little shorter, that is why. Okay, let's do the second one now. And then we will go from there. Okay, so again, kind of getting it down here. I got to cut a little sliver off the side, a little sliver off the top. If I don't fold it right, that is. Okay, let's get our sliver off the side here. So I have a couple journals in my shop right now. If you're interested in a journal, take a peek. I always have a link to my shop down below, and I have about I'm going to say, well, I have a couple more new ones I'm putting in there. Well, that I just put in there. They might be gone by now, but anyway. At the very moment when I'm doing this video, I have about 6 journals in there because I just put 2 new ones in there. And then I have 4 that have been there for a week or 2. But anyway, if you need a little journal or any type of journal, just take a peek and see what I have. I have all sorts. And it might be something that you like or something that you want to give as a gift. There's even a autumn one in there, so thank you to the people who have bought my journals in the last couple of weeks. I appreciate that. I mean, thank you to the people who have bought my journals forever, as long as I've been doing this, but there's been a couple orders in the last couple of weeks that has cleared out about 4 or 5 journals, so that was nice. That's nice, and I like to, I like to keep them moving so I can keep making them. So I'm going to keep making them, so I need to keep them moving. But, alright, so there's that. There's our size, I believe. That's a good size. I don't think I'll have to cut any off the top this time. And we just need to make this pocket. Did you see how big that pocket was? You can see why I cut some off, right? And I always make that little triangle in the middle. if you're new to my channel, I always make that little triangle in the middle because it's easier to get things in. And I think it looks nice too. I mean, you can do it like that. It looks fine like that, but I think it looks nice. I just, you know, fold that down and make a little triangle. Again, eyeballing it. However, I don't cut it all the way up to there. I cut it almost, see, like this. I just eyeball it and kind of just make a little triangular cut. See, there's, you can make it a little higher. That's probably about the lowest you want to do it, but probably a little higher usually. And since I'm talking about it, I didn't do it quite as high as I usually do it probably. But anyway, it still looks pretty and with that little division, and you don't have that tightness over here. You can get things in and out once you just glue or sew down this side. You don't have that tightness in there. Okay, let's get this one in here. And while we're at it, let's see. Let's make sure this one's not too wide, even though I glued it down already. I might have to go back and trim this, and then I'll have to re-glue it or sew it, but we'll see how it all ends up in the end. But this is our second signature. So I think I might leave these pages together because this is how it was in the book, and that way if somebody wanted to try to read the story, they can. Like I said, I might have cut off a word or two, but you know, that's how it is sometimes. Alright, so let's see. So let's put this here, this as a second page, and then we'll put all of this in. Alright, and then this will go in here. You see how easy this goes in and out? Like that. And it's coming together already. Let's see how it looks. Oh, it looks beautiful. I have to say, I love it. I love this darker piece next to the lighter piece. I think that's why I chose it instead of this like lighter background one here. Has a lighter background. I think this darker one looks prettier next to this lighter background one. And the same thing here. It has enough dark to contrast with this lighter background one here. So very pretty, right? Yep. And that's how easy these types of journals are to make and put the pages in. You're done. You don't have to sew in any signature. So if you were always afraid of making a journal, but because of the sewing in the signatures, you can try this way, and you don't have to sew any signatures in. So thanks for watching today. I hope you're enjoying this process so far. Stay tuned for some more. I think I'm going to cut all the pages, get them in here, and then we'll do some decorating and ephemera making. I'm sure I want to make some specific ephemera for this journal, and I'll look around for things that I think would look cool in here. It is a modern journal, and I usually leave the back, the original back. I did wash this off. It's a little there is some wear on here. There's some like residue, sticky, not sticky, but there's some wear on here. But I don't know if you can see it. You probably can't see it. There's a little bit of almost like a wrinkle right here. I don't know if you can see that. I'll move it around so maybe you can see. But anyway, it apparently was much loved before I got my hands on it, but I still think it's beautiful, even though it has really, I would just call it a little bit of wear. So it's not in perfect, pristine condition. I just wanted somebody to know that in case you're interested. And in case you are interested in one of my journals when I first start working on it, you can always let me know, and I will reserve it for you. I have lots of ladies that do that, so I don't mind doing that. So thanks for watching today, and I'll see you in my next video. Have a great day.